Hello and welcome, my lovely Virgo. Virgo, I am the Queen of Clovers and welcome to my channel. This is a general reading for Virgo as we're leaving your season. We had that full moon in Pisces, very dreamy and romancy on Monday, and now it's the autumnal change to fall. And of course, Virgo, we're leaving your season. Virgo was a great season. A lot was supposed to happen during Virgo season, and didn't a lot. How many changes? You know, I did a reading that was like finding your next pandemic buddy. You know, we don't want to get caught alone with people we got caught alone with last time. So I feel like a lot of us were arranging some of those things and like adjusting our life to expectations and changes and challenges we can, you know, look forward to now that we've lived pandemically. Alright, this is a general read for Virgo. It can be for anybody, anyone, maybe nobody. Cross watchers, indeed welcome. As with all tarot readings, please take what's yours and leave out all the rest. It's a 3-spread read. We will do the Literary Witches Oracle, the Joie de Vie Tarot, and I will also do a Cartomancy love spread with the Tarot of Sexual Magic. So that's why it's an 18+ reading. Most of my readings are going to be 18+ anyway, just because of the fact that I just don't want to have to control thoughts, and some of my readings haven't been that good because I've controlled some of the things I've said, and I don't want to hold back anymore. Alright, I have the Lantern and the Bees to start up this reading from the Oracle. Busy like a bee and lit up. You know what this makes me think of? A meme I saw, and they were like, oh, you have a beautiful lantern. And he said, oh, that's because it's of my friend Gloria. And I know these are the bees, but it was a firefly. And, you know, a little help from your friends kind of thing, Virgo. A little light and a little help from your friends is due. I mean, sometimes you need to look up to remember that you're loved. Just because it's nice to look up and see people there. I was having a conversation with my son about, like, oh, so in a disaster, because he was like, I can make it on my own. And I was like, well, so in a disaster, I shouldn't be looking out for you. I should just get out of Dodge. And he was like, well, it's nice to have somebody looking out, right? All right, one more card, please, Spirit. I do have the 9 of Wands. The 4 of Wands. And the Queen of Cups. Oh, this is the King of Cups. This is the King of Cups. Can you see that? Moving with love. This is getting to the heart of the matter. This is your tribe. Who is your tribe? And how are you working with them? How are you emoting with them? How are you expressing with them? It's a lot of creative expression. And the 9 of Wands is protection. Any king is going to be about protection. But this is about just keeping an eye on things. This is not, oh my gosh, like I just said, this is being, you know, I was dating this guy and I didn't realize I did this until he told me, but when you're in a crowded room, or a group of people, like, you know, when you take a guy to meet your family for the first time, you want to separate. You don't want to be like, you know, sewn to the hip. It's not a good look. Anyway, it can get uncomfortable. And he said that I am the only person that turns around and looks back to make sure he's okay and then go on. And this is that looking back and making sure somebody is okay. Your tribe is okay, just kind of checking on things. And that's because with the 4 of Wands, we're getting ready to celebrate something. You're really approaching some light bulb moment, some, not even a light bulb moment, like a cup of gold moment, like a toasting moment. And it feels really good, Virgo. I feel like this season, your season, is worth a toast, is worth a special kind of attention. Because you've been, you know, you put in the work kind of thing. It just feels so good. And it's almost like I've battened the hatches, I've paid the bills, you know, I've got my nuts stored away for the winter, and we can enjoy harvest time and enjoy the winter. It's kind of getting into that mode. There's a lot of comfort, and I'm talking like heart comfort. Four of Cups. And the Temperance card in the love position. In your center position, Virgo, I have the Four of Cups. This is really about taking a regroup. Really doubling back on those resources. Sometimes we're not always sure. I do have the Queen of Cups here, which is a true pair to the King of Cups, which is odd because I found it in your work position. And then I have the King of Swords in reverse in your light position, and the High Priestess in reverse in your shadow position. So what do we have coming up? We just have categorically a look at resources, a look at what you have. Now, we've been through harvest season, but maybe the work is not done yet. You know, after you harvest the land, you have to prepare it for the next planting. It's the cycles of life that we have here that you're kind of working on, and it seems like some of it might be a little overwork. Like there are things that have to be done by a certain date on a farm. I know it seems odd, but it is out there, and it's saying it doesn't have the same nostalgia that it used to. In fact, it seems like it's time to kind of change things. And even in your love position, there's this imbalance. There's this thing that's not working. This is a total lack of communication, a total lack of sharing. It's just kind of like a friends with benefit, an FWB situation, because it's not nurturing you, it's not fulfilling you in any way. And so because of all this kind of feeling, you really feel the cutoff from the emotions. You just feel like, you know, that full moon made me cry, and I just hate crying, but sometimes you just cry because your eyes are like, I need a little clearing at some stupid movie. But sometimes your body like collects little sorrows that come out in one big cry watching a romance. It's very strange sometimes. And it's just this feeling that I'm cycling through all these things, and it's going through the motions. It's not as sweet as it, nor nostalgic or as lovely as it used to be. There are things that it's not worth it. Like you painted the picture of your life that you wanted, and you get there, minor or big way, and it's not what you want. It's been a fear of yours, but now you feel like you're living it. Like Spirit is saying you need to get up, get back on the horse, my friend. There's something you're avoiding. You're staying in your light, but there's some kind of energy you're avoiding of happiness, of just true fulfillment. That word keeps jumping out of me. I have the Queen of Cups in your work position. You are a very beloved employee, a very loved employee perhaps. Or some of you could be mothers or take on a mother role, such as a daycare, a teacher, a daycare worker, a teacher. It's very Queen of Cups energy. Definitely you give more to your students than just the words if you're a teacher, but you've come to some success in this. You've come to some way of reining this in, Virgo, and making it something worthwhile with the Chariot card. It's moving forward. Now, I do feel that it might be moving a little slower just because so much of this reading is about not being fulfilled, not actually, you may be getting what you want, it's just not that great. You may be going through the cycles of the past and the tasks you normally go through, but it's not that great. It's just not that great. You know what I mean? It's, I think you do. And you're having a little trouble feeling it. I do have the Three of Swords here in your love position. I don't think you're heartbroken, although some of you might be. What I feel more is that you just need... You need something where you're thought of more worthwhile. You need something passionate. I would say with the Temperance in the reverse, that is just another Sagittarius card, which could be, consider it the Knight of Wands if you really break it down to an FWB, a friends with benefits, or just basically the relationship is when we meet, we have sex, and then we separate. And it's not enough. This is something you want more weighty. You want to be able to give. You want to be able to take and receive. You want to give and receive. And you want, in order to get out of this, it's going to have to be, you're going to have to slow down the passion a lot to be able to get this, to get an Ace of Wands situation to a Six of Coins situation. Involves a lot of withholding from yourself, a Four of Coins situation where you don't just give it all up on date one, male or female. You kind of got to change the rules a bit because, yeah, Virgo, this person may have a lot of fiery newness coming about you or this person coming in, but it's useless if you just hit that button and never explore anything else. You'll never have a relationship. Makes sense? Makes sense. All right, let's see if we can find out the person approaching you. I do think you're expecting a new beginning that is a little more what you deserve, a little more give and take, give and receive relationship. And, but right now, do you have the resources to fall in love, Virgo? Actually you do, you just think you don't because, Virgo, you're basically in your life, there's somewhere in your life you're undoing something you did. As in you hit a goal, a plan, you went forward, you got it, and now you got to undo it. You got to unravel that because it's not working. Unraveling the plan. Oh my, 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 my. Let's all hitch to the star, girls, because somebody looks at you as a new beginning in love. With a Three of Pentacles. This is a work situation, very likely. You maybe have some kind of a job together, but they definitely are thinking of a wish come true. Right now, they're looking at you definitely in that pitter-patter kind of way. You know, they say a lot of men fall in love faster. The men fall in love faster than women. It's a very masculine energy here with that work situation. But they want to, this goes from an Ace of Cups to a Nine of Cups, from 0 to 9 in 2 seconds. Because just of a few moments with you, this person may not have seen you cleaned up. You may have met them at the gym, even like a more of a working situation. So they may have never actually, it's like you ever meet somebody at the beach, like after you've been in the water and you're like kind of got sand all over you, and maybe you're a little ashy because you're brown and you know your skin gets dry in the sand. But, you know, they still approach you and think you're absolutely hot and beautiful, but this person's never seen you cleaned up. And Virgo, they've only seen you working it hard, and I think it's time to take that to the next level. I think it's one of their plans to like get your attention is to maybe stop by or show up in a nicer bit of something and then change when they get there into their usual mucksters. Oh my gosh, that's a big deal for them. Although appearance isn't a big deal for them, I think they're trying to encourage from you because they really don't care if you see them a certain way. They seem okay with themselves as much as they want you to see them in a certain way. They're definitely like, you know, you're coming off the beach with your hair, blah, and you're doing, this is exactly like it's just so bad once you've been in the water. It's what, now you know why people lay out on the bikini in the sand, because it's just so terrible. And you want to go in the water and play in the sand, but you kind of want to save it for last because you can get tore up out there if you want to have fun. Alright, let's see what we have here. The Knight of Wands. Alright, this person is afraid you're hooking up with somebody. This person, I can't show the cards. I'm pretty sure you didn't see that because I couldn't focus it. So this person thinks you might be hooking up with other people with the Knight of Wands. You do have maybe in your past a little something where it was more of an arrangement than a relationship. But this person wants to come in as the King of Pentacles. This person wants to give you everything in lieu of just having a passionate fling with you. In fact, they kind of want both. They'll take both. They don't mind. And the High Priestess, again, there's something about you that is mystical and magical. And like I said, there's something about you where you're mucked up with this person. You're not exactly running around looking like Princess Diana around this kid, around this cat, or, you know, what's his name? Somebody Dolph Lundgren. God, I've had a crush on Dolph for a while. I think he's engaged or something, but geez. Yeah, I would drop the world for Dolph Lundgren. The real one. Anyway, so. But this is something about them that you know about them. Like you have this knowing, not about them, but you have this knowing about you, this understanding of the world. Like I said, you may garden together, you muck it up together. There's something about it. You may ride motorcycles together, you may swim at the beach or surf together, or hike together. There's something about this here that you have had time with this person in less than and not the most beautiful Princess Diana going to church on Sunday, you know, looking your best kind of way, your Sunday best kind of way. Definitely not. And so this person has had to see inside you. They've had to see your qualifications of your mind for whatever work you're doing together. And it is kind of driving them bananas that they would have never looked at you twice in a bar, and they're just dying to see every little detail of you. The Knave of Swords. It's a repeater card. Yeah, this person has a lot of alone time with you. I do have the Six of Cups returning here, in that they do feel that joy with you, that youth with you, that powered by the sun kind of feeling that the Six of Chalices brings, with a little nostalgia, a little yearning for something that's gone by. This season of the time you might be working together might be over. For some reason I'm thinking like an archaeological dig. They're usually only done in the summer. Some of them are only done for like 2 months because that's all the money they have, and then they gotta move off site until they get that other 2 months of work. It's kind of crazy that that popped up, but it's almost like that season is over. Your time together every day, kind of in the mud together, is over. So they have a little less ability to see you and be with you, and catch peeks of you around the corner while you're looking your best. Your thinking pose is really hot to them, very, very hot to them. This person, although they thought about making love to you and like, you know, it's more of a, that will come once they capture you, once they're able to get a relationship together with you. Let's get some advice. It's like 90 degrees here right now in Southern California. I have to turn off the air so I can record, and I am just melting. I'm melting. Okay. Alright. Yeah. Okay. They know that, King of Cups. Where was the King of Cups? In the start. The King of Cups. This is a member of your tribe. This is somebody around you who's hurt. You probably wouldn't approach them or even flirt with them because they're kind of like the person who's like sensitive right now. Like, you don't ask them out. They've just been through a hard breakup or they suffered through something, and so they're standing alone. And they're, so you'd never approach them, male or female. And they're standing alone, and they're kind of building up their garden. They're handling their misery and the sadness. The worst is over, of course. And they're beginning to look up and see, with the King of Cups, that you are a Queen of Cups. Don't forget that came out in this reading for you. So what they're seeing here right now is that you're a true pair, and there's one thing to be able to work the fields together and work the, you know, get things going and all that lush stuff, but as a lush couple, that's like, I'm sorry, I've been watching too much Brit TV, and it's one of my favorite words is lush, because this is a lush couple. And you're both in the upright, and there's some barriers that need to be crossed. Of course, if it's your work situation, there's always the HR barrier to cross. It could be why these are very tame, except for maybe, you know, this person checking you out from behind a lot more than you realize, because I think they always have to stand behind you, or you always have to stand in front of them, because of the fact that, or vice versa, just because of the fact of your rank or your position or the kind of work you do. And so yeah, there's a lot of behind checking out of each other very secretly. But like I said, there's some kind of border you don't want to cross. Definitely cross it. I think you will not regret it, and they won't. One little moment of flirting and a tee-hee will do it, ladies and gents. Spirit is like, make it known that you are single. And maybe that you're a little more healed up than you're letting on. Especially if you're royal water. If you're royal water, you got to be healing well. So this person might be doing a lot better than you think and might be ready for you. Alright, thank you, my loves, for sharing your energy with me. If you're enamored by my reading, please like and subscribe. I will see you next week. Enjoy this autumnal change as we leave your season. You could probably chill out a lot. Big Halloween coming. A lot of energy changing for that and weather. So it's going to be exciting for all of us. Have a great week. For reals. Ugh.